Hey guys, it's Gameplay here and welcome back to episode 81 of my Leeds United's career mode. Now in today's episode we have some very big games, to be honest. We've got these Spain matches coming up first of all. I was tempted to actually play these, but we are going to sim them both. One is against Sweden, the other is against, I think it's Scotland, the other match. So we are going to sim both of them because we have probably the biggest game that we've ever had as Leeds against Barcelona. In today's episode, that game will be played. We will find out how we get on against them in the group stage. So as a warm-up, we're playing Swansea. Yeah, 3 days before we're playing Swansea, and that's going to be the warm-up match, and hopefully we can get a good performance from there to take on to the Barcelona game. That's a huge game. Let's sim ahead and get past these international matches at the moment. Again, like I say, I was tempted to play them, but just when you've got a Barcelona match, I wanted to try and put it in this episode ideally. So that's what we're going to do. Before we get into things, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe as well if you're new around here. That'd be really appreciated. And let's move on to, first of all, just doing some player development quickly before we get on with the international games, simming those ones. Let's see how we get on with these 5 players. Anybody going up in stats? Yeah, Nacho and Nelson, they're going up, which is good. But the others kind of staying the same. Let's move on to simming the games and hopefully getting good enough results for us. So we'll just sim towards the Swansea game and see how we get on. Okay, let's see how we got on against Sweden. We beat them 2-0, which is great, and we lost to Scotland 2-1. Questionable result against Scotland there. Don't know how we've lost to them. But on to the Swansea game now. We did get 3 points from a possible 6. Not too bad, not great though. And at the moment we are 10th in the league, so we are dropping down slowly at the moment with Leeds. Not great performances recently. Had a dip in form, but we need to try and get back on top form here. We need to be getting the wins which we deserve from the games. So 13 points. If we win, obviously we've got a game in hand over some of them. If we win, we would go up to possibly sort of second or third. So we're actually not doing as bad as it may first seem with those 3 defeats already after just 8 games. Let's move on to having a look at some emails. Player injured, and luckily that's no Leeds player. He's out for 7 weeks though. Diego Costa suspended, no surprise there. And suspension over for Ramos. A lot of players getting suspended by the looks of it. Jamie Vardy saying thanks boss, and same with Joe Gomez. I think I played them fairly recently again. Let's move on to the Swansea team. Let's change around the team, decide on the tactics that I'm going to try and implement, and hopefully get ourselves a good result. Okay, this is quite ironic because we're coming up against Gary Monk. He's still in charge of Swansea, and the team that the formation that they're going to play, I should say, is this one here, 4-5-1. So I think we'll just match it and go with the exact same one. And up front, we are going to go with, I mean, look at the stats of Silva. He really should be starting, but it's just not been good enough. We'll start off with Nacho up front, and we'll keep Silva on the bench. Eric Dyer, I really need to introduce him back into the team. I think we will put him back into the team actually instead of Bridcut, and that is what we will do. Bailey on the bench. We've got Vardy, who's going to be dropped off into the reserves. Oliveira and David Silva. Sorry, not David Silva. It's Andre Silva on the bench. And we'll bring Yedlin on there as well. Let's move on to the Swansea game. Really looking forward to this one actually. We need to get ourselves a good result, and let's try and get 3 points. Now obviously we've got Barcelona in 3 days' time. So this sort of team here hopefully doesn't get too tired and is able to recover for 3 days' time. I am changing the team for Barcelona. I can't play this sort of setup against Barcelona. We're going to have to rotate it, play quite tight at the back and hit them on the break. That's going to be the aim for the Barcelona game. But this match, we need to just try and preserve the players a little bit. We need to still get the 3 points, but just maybe not get any injuries and not tire them out too much. Free kick just 4 minutes in here. We don't have an out-and-out specialist in the free kicks. We've got Eric Dyer, I believe. I don't think anybody else that's on the pitch is particularly good. Eric Dyer obviously scoring a great goal against Wales. Can he replicate? Sorry, not against Wales. Oh my days, what a goal! Not against Wales. I hope it will be against Wales. That game hasn't actually happened yet as I'm recording this. But what a finish that is from Eric Dyer. He does score the free kick just like he did against Russia. And over the wall, off the post and in. I don't score many free kicks, but that's partly down to the fact the wall was so small here that I managed to score that one. 1-0, what a start to this game. Eric Dyer scoring a free kick at just 5 minutes in. Nelson's bombing forward here, going to try and put in a cross. It's not a bad one as well. Punched by Fabianski, out to Ramirez to shoot, and that's going to go out for a corner just before half-time. Decent first half display from us. We will be making vast changes at half-time, by the way. So to help us out, we need to try and get a goal just before that happens. Ramirez to put it in, and can he find Calvin Phillips or anybody in there? Galloway's in there as well. Gets blocked about a dozen times, and they're on the break here with Dyer. And wow, this is a hell of a counter-attack here with Sigurdsson, who's come across onto the right-hand side, but Iheanacho sweeps up brilliantly. Okay, here we go. 1-0 at half-time. This is where I'm going to make a lot of changes. We're going to prepare a bit more for the Barcelona game by using the second half now and basically trying something that we could be implementing. The formation will be roughly the same against Barcelona, but the players that I'm using won't be the same. I'll have a few different players. I'll explain in a second anyway once I've changed it. Okay, all three changes have been made here. We've gone to 5-4-1. This is a sort of formation I'll be playing against Barcelona. We're going to be playing counter-attacking. We'll actually probably be playing with our centre mids a bit further back than this, to be honest. So what I'm going to do here, this again, like I say, isn't the team I'll be playing against Barcelona. It will be different to this. But I brought on Bailey, brought on Lewis Cook, and brought on Nelson Oliveira as well. And we are going to take off Eric Dyer, who I think is going to be crucial against Barcelona, along with Mane and Ramirez, who will be playing a big part as well. So this is what I'm going to do with the team. Now we're going to try and play on the counter-attack. I want to see how this team copes with this sort of style against Swansea. Obviously Swansea aren't Barcelona, but I think it'll be interesting to see how we get on with these players. So let's give it a go. 5-4-1 on the counter-attack and see how we get on with the second half now that we're in the lead. A little bit risky. Obviously we could quite easily here throw away the 3 points, but I'm hoping the more defensive setup will help us. Let's see how we get on. Redmond up to Nelson Oliveira, who's going to hold it up. He's playing it through to Lewis Cook. This is all on the counter-attack from one of their corners. Lewis Cook, 2-0. It's worked. That is what I was after. Straight from their corner, we headed it out. The break is unbelievable here. Look at the players galloping forward. Lewis Cook, who's just come on, got himself booked, has now just gone and scored a few minutes later. And a fantastic finish from him, 2-0. And this is the sort of thing we're trying to emulate against Barcelona. And I'm glad that I've tried that in the second half because it's worked so far. Not what I wanted. That might be a red. That might be a red. It might well be a... Yeah, it's a red. Okay, we're going to play with 10 men now for the last 15 minutes. Or maybe a little bit more, actually. Yeah, not quite what I was after. Didn't want to go through him like that, obviously. Wanted to go round him. But that's a red card. We now have no striker. Again, this will be another nice little tester. That's why I got him sent off, obviously. It's weird having literally no strikers to play it to. We've got to play it between our midfielders and defence now. But we're managing to still get up the pitch really well, which is great to see. Galloway still going here. We've actually got 3 in attack. Galloway, can he pull it back to Calvin Phillips? Huge deflection, out for a corner. Could argue that should be 3-0 really. And at 3 minutes left on the clock, Redmond to take it into Lewis Cook, who heads it somehow. I don't know how he's managed to get on the end of that. That is it, we've won the game 2-0. Really happy with the 3 points there, given the circumstances and the fact we've got Barcelona in 3 days' time. So, yeah, really happy with that. I kind of had to work a little bit harder than I was hoping to in the last 15 minutes, obviously down to the red card that we got. But luckily, not many of those players will be playing in 3 days' time, and I'll show you what I'll do with the team when we get to that. Look at us there, 2 games in, 0 points. We need to beat Barcelona to get back in this. If we get, obviously, 3 points here, then Barcelona will be on 4 themselves. So we really need to get ourselves a win. Okay, this is the team I'm going to go with. It looks different, I know, but we're going to go with 5 at the back. We're going to try and play a 5-3-1-1 kind of formation, pretty much 5-3-2 to be honest. Slightly different to the 5-4-1 which I was on about in the previous game. Just because I kind of thought about it, and I think this would best suit us for this match. I know obviously Barcelona have wingers. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Maybe the 4-3-3 might be best to result to the 5-4-1, but we'll wait and see how things start off for us. But I don't want you to see this as me playing negative. I'm literally just thinking about it tactically, trying to see what is the best sort of side to play for our game against Barcelona. Yedlin comes in at right back, Bailey, Capella and Congolo at centre back, Galloway at left back. Just in front of them, Eric Dyer just guarding that defence even further. Bridcut alongside him and Ramirez as well. Mane, centre attacking mid, looks really good going forward. We've also got Silva ahead of him as well. That's the bench I've gone with. Iheanacho's on there, Koeman, some real big changes, game changes in there, which is good to see. Yaya Toure isn't on the bench though. Tempted to put him on, but I don't think he's really going to be suited to this game at all. It's too fast-paced for him, so we're going to see how that goes. We're also on counter-attacking as well, and just hope for the best. We might well change it pretty quickly to a proper 5-4-1 that's with flat with wingers, so we'll see how it goes really the first sort of 20 minutes. This is quite obviously the biggest game we've had on this career mode so far, and it's not even a Champions League final. It's the group stage match, and we will have to play them again in the group stage because you play everyone twice, don't you? So this is going to be a very tough game for us. We need the 3 points here. Everyone's going to have to be on the top of their game for us to get anything out of this match. It's going to be very difficult. We need the 3 points. And yeah, let's just see how we get on against Barcelona. It's going to be tough. They'll probably pen us in, I would imagine, for quite a while. But it's how we break and how we counter-attack that really could be the difference. No way. 1-0, 17 minutes in. They found a way through the 5 at the back. That's a game changer already. I said the first 20 minutes would be crucial for us and we needed to see how it went. And yeah, they just passed through you. That's quite poor, to be honest. Galloway comes out to close down. I think we're just... I don't know. I think we just came out of position too far, some players there. And that's frustrating. 18 minutes in. We're going to have to keep it the same, I think, for now. And hope that we just have some chances. Okay, we are going to revert to the tried and tested 5-4-1 that I played against Swansea. That means Bridcut's going to have to play on the left-hand side for a bit. Mane will go on to the right and Silva will stay up front. Silva being up front won't last for much longer, I would imagine, at this current performance by him. Oh, Mane's won it back. And here we go, Mane on the attack here. Needs to look for a good ball in, and you can't do that sort of ball in. Is it a free kick? I think it is actually, yeah, he gets tripped up. Okay, let's just try and tee it up for someone. I'm tempted... Oh, is that going to be a booking? It is, for Suarez by the looks of it. I'm tempted to lay it off, but I think that's Capella. I think that might be Capella there, so we won't lay it off to him. Let's just try chip it in. Finds Bridcut, no it doesn't. Finds Eric Dyer. On to Capella, who we know is a prolific goal scorer. He scores, it's 1-1. Forget the deflection, that's gone straight in, obviously. Oh, we'll take that 1-1 back in the game, 2 minutes before half-time. The weakest shot you'll ever see. Huge deflection off, I think, is that Rakitic or is it Matthew? I can't quite tell. And it has gone in, it's Matthew, I think, who just gave away the free kick initially as well. 1-1, we're back in this game now. Wow, that is exactly what we needed just before half-time. Here we go, 1-1. That is it, still 1-1, half-time. This is big for us at the moment. We're going to keep it exactly the same going into the second half. I think we've got the right sort of formation going here. Bridcut on the left isn't ideal, but we'll go with it. We'll give Silva a little bit more time. I don't know how much more time I can give him, but he's only on the pitch because he's tall and fast. And at the moment, he's not really showing us either of those sort of attributes in-game. Eric Dyer is. Look at him go. Eric Dyer, manoeuvring still and just gets intercepted at the last moment. He's not supposed to be an attacking player, but he does love an attack, Eric Dyer. Yedlin's forward. Still forward, Yedlin. Oh, good save. This is more like it. And I think it's now time to take off Silva. We've given enough chance and he's not really shined as I hoped. Iheanacho is going to come on. He did really well though in the last game against Swansea, so I'm happy with that one. Also tempted to bring off Bridcut, but I think it's a bit harsh because he's doing quite well on the left-hand side. I want to bring on Koeman at some point, but I think we'll leave it with Bridcut on the left now. Eric Dyer again picks it up. Mane to shoot. Oh, it's gone in. It's 2-1. 72 minutes in. Mane with the goal. What a fantastic finish. We're beating Barcelona 2-1. What a performance this is. Yedlin with a brilliant header. Eric Dyer lays it off to Mane. And again, I think that's a slight deflection in there, which I've just seen on the replay. But we'll take it. Yeah, it is. It is a deflection. It would have probably been saved, but we'll take it. 2 deflections, 2 goals. We're winning 2-1. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to change it here because our players are starting to get quite tired now. We're going to have to take off Mane and Eric Dyer. A little bit risky here because there's like 14 minutes left or something. We're bringing on Koeman on the left-hand side and we're bringing on Nelson to play at right back. So Yedlin moves into kind of a right mid position. He'll just play in front of Nelson, hopefully. And Bridcut moves back into midfield. Ramirez. We lose our big man in Eric Dyer, but he was getting very tired. So I've decided to do it. Hopefully it works out okay. Come on, Iheanacho. Do it for Leeds. Do it for the 3 points that we need. Get in the corner. Why are we piling players forward? I know we're on counter-attacking, but... Oh, seriously, that is not a good idea, because I will eventually lose it here. I think they've just made a change. I don't even know who they brought on. They brought on a centre-back for Dani Alves. interesting change. And the broken. Coman, use your pace. Someone foul. Someone foul. I don't care if you get sent off. Oh, we've done it! We've beaten Barcelona. What a result that is. The biggest game we've had on this career mode so far. And we've beaten them. We got the 3 points. That is only the first 3 points though, after 3 games. It's not good still. We need to focus on trying to get the remaining 3 points from every possible other game, ideally. But Barcelona, we've beaten them away at Barcelona as well. Jesus Christ, that is a hell of a result for us. After being 1-0 down, we've won the game 2-1. Yes, we had to play defensively. Yes, we had to sit back a lot of the time. But when you've got to do it against the bigger teams, you have to do it, don't you, really? So we have, and we've got ourselves the 3 points. Big, big result for us. And that is it for this episode. Wow, how things can change in just one episode. We're now up to 3rd place in the league, and we've just beaten Barcelona. Incredible, really. Brilliant results for us in those last 2 games. We've now got player development. We've got to also regroup a little bit for the Norwich game because there will obviously be a lot of tired players, as you can see there. But that is it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Please come back for the next episode very shortly. That'll be really appreciated as well. Don't forget to hit 20 likes on this video. It's just a click of a button to thumbs it up, so that'd be really appreciated. Don't forget to also subscribe as well whilst you're doing that if you are new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.